Hello people of the world, if you are new here, my name is Brunel. If you are not new, then welcome back. So Makeup Revolution, I've got another new eyeshadow palette out. Surprise! And it is this one here. Voila, this is the Forever Flawless Showstopper eyeshadow palette. Cost is £10. Is it worth it? Should you bother buying it, or should you just pass? No, let's go and find out. Alright, so you've had a closer look at the palette and the packaging and so on. Let's have a quick read at what Makeup Revolution says about this particular palette. By the way, if you hear heavy breathing, I've not been well at all. I've literally been bedridden for a good 2 days. Today's the first day I've been able to even get up and have enough energy to do anything at all. So I'm a bit short of breath and so on. So sorry about that. So it says here, the show must go on. It says, draw all eyes with this show-stopping palette, one of our latest Forever Flawless creations. Inspired by glamorous show business, you'll be center stage rocking this volicious palette with a range of mattes, glitters, and our latest bouncy formula that gives a gentle, luminous payoff when applied with your finger. Experience amazing color payoff and play with 18 exotic shades from brilliant bronzes, dusty purples to cool golds. So that's what it says about the palette. I believe it should be vegan. If it isn't, and I'll update it here so you guys know. Cost is £10, so it still is affordable, which is not bad for 18 eyeshadows. But you've had, as I said, you've had a closer look at oh my god, you've had a closer look at the palette. Let's get started, and I'm tripping over my words. I'm just going to go straight off with Magical. You are kind of restricted with regards to the mattes because they're all kind of purpley, but I'm going with Magical, which is this one here. And I'm going to apply that in my crease line. I'm just making sure that it's not too bright, lighting and so on. And I'm going to actually use I'm going to use a Morphe R34 brush, and I'm just going to try and concentrate that just in my crease line to start off with. By the way, if you want to know about swatches, there is a separate swatches video which I will link at the end of this one. Well, I don't want you to leave just yet, do I? Yeah, so you can have a look at that. There isn't too much fallout, but still enough. I haven't got a problem with that. I'm just going to try and pack that into my crease line. On my eyes as a base, I've just got concealer. That was the Too Faced concealer in, I think it was chestnut, it might have been. But yeah, ooh, look at the color payoff. Oh yeah. Formula wise, it is very, very soft, and of course very, very pigmented, as you can see. I'm just going to keep packing that in the crease line to deepen it, and then I'm going to start blending upward. Okay, so I've not blended it yet. I've cleaned the brush a little bit, but using the same brush, I'm now going to dip into a lighter shade. I was debating whether to go for Cabaret or Entice, and I think I'm going to brighten things up a little bit. I'm going to go into Entice, which is this one here. This up here is Cabaret, so I'm going to go in with this, and I'm just going to gently start blending. I'm just tapping very gently. Ooh, there's a lot of pigment on this brush. Look at that. Wow. And a bit of fallout as well, but I'm just now going to go right the edge and just gently blend it, and then blend upward. And just build on that very, very slowly. I'm really rubbish at explaining things, but I hope you guys can see. So I'm just dabbing in again, just once. It is extremely pigmented color. Moving to the darkest matte shade, which is this one, which is a Skill. And I'm just going to concentrate that on the outer corner of the eyes. For you guys who want to know, I try and keep my looks simple, only because I've got the shape of my eyes and so on. If I'm not careful, things can look a bit garish and more like a drag queen. So I like to keep things really simple. If you want something more complicated, well then sorry. Sorry. So I'm just dipping in there. As I said, look to show you, blending took realistically about a minute for each eye to make it a bit more seamless, which is nothing at all when it comes to blending, because sometimes you can spend quite a while blending away. But yeah, so this is what it looks like, and I am very happy with that. So I'm just going to dip in. Whoo! One dip. Let me just get the camera to focus a little bit. Look at that. That was just one dip. So definitely the mattes are just really well pigmented. And it's just, I can't complain. I'm just going to tap that. And you can see how pigmented it is. By the way, I'm using a Makeup Addiction small tapered blended brush. Or should I say, is it small tapered blended brush? Tapered blender brush. Well, small tapered blender. All right. Oh, Jesus. Right, so just carry on and just build that up nice and slow, just on the outer corner of the eye, and then about halfway through my crease line. Moving to the shimmers, I'm going to go in with this one, which is called Elegant. And I'm going to start from the inner corner of my eye. I'm not too sure if I'm going to go with 2 different shades or just the one. And just apply that. Ooh. So it's a soft kind of shimmer. It's nothing too intensive. Ooh, but you can build it up certainly. Ooh. It's definitely buildable. I think I'm going to keep it to just one shade, because everything else seems a bit cool toned and I want to brighten things a little bit. But it's a really, really soft formula. Changed my mind, what a surprise. I'm going to use this one here, which is a Stage, just on the outer corners of the eyes slightly. Very pigmented. And I'm just going to tap that. Just going back in, no new product. I'm just going to, oh no, actually I'm saying no new product. I just remember the last color that I used with this brush was the Entice, which was a bit bright. So I'm going to go back with a Skill and just tap very gently, and then just try and blend things a little bit very gently. Now, with regards to this new formula that I've got, it is really soft. It's easier to use with your fingers. However, you've got to be mindful. End up putting a bit too much. It can look a bit as if you've got, it can look a bit lumpy with having extra bits on it. So then you have to spend a bit of effort, try and drag it along the eye, try and minimize it. So yeah, build it up nice and slow. But just be mindful that if you dip in a little bit too much, you may end up with bits of lumps on your eyelids. So there you go. You live and learn. So this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to go and finish off the rest of my face and so on. I am going to use, first of all, Entice to start off with, and then I'm going to finish off with Skill underneath the eyes, and I'll give you my final thoughts about this palette. See you in a moment. Ta-da! transformation is complete. I know they're all, my makeup looks always look a bit suspect before I am finished, so trust me, you just need to watch till the end to see how it comes out. But this is the finished look, which I'm kind of happy with. Which on my lips, I've got a combination of these two. I've got Lisa Eldridge, of course, what a surprise. And I've got it in Velvet Midnight, and then I've also, just to lighten things a little bit, I've combined it with Makeup Revolution Pro in the color Stripped. And that's that really. And the rest of the stuff on my face is what I use normally, and this is the finished look, and I think it looks really pretty. So if I come a bit closer, you can see it's nice and bright. And the eyeshadow palette is really pigmented. The mattes are very easy to blend, no trouble whatsoever. There is a bit of fallout, so you have to be gentle with it, but I don't complain about fallout, because you get fallout even with the most expensive palettes, especially where there are pigments as well. Now it does say here at the back of this that there are quite a few pressed pigments in here, so there's no surprise that that you've got a bit of fallout. But who needs to buy this palette? Should you bother buying this, or should you just pass and leave it behind? For me, my personal opinion is pass. You don't need to buy this palette, you can bypass it. Now I know, shocker, considering I've said that the palette is actually really pigmented, easy to blend. Even the shimmers are actually kind of nice to apply with your fingers, and super easy. Why do I say no to this palette? First of all, looking at the outside of the palette, for me, I was getting excited. Now you guys know I love my purples. I absolutely adore my purples. So when I saw this shade, ooh, that's the same as this one. Oh, and I could see this one here. I thought, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Then I opened the palette and was what disappointment. Now there are shades in here which are sort of giving a hint of this one, but they're just not quite there. Let me bring it a bit closer so this actually kind of focuses. There you go. They're just not quite there. They don't do the outside of the palette justice at all. That was the first disappointment. Then you are restricted by the mattes in here, because they are all basically purple, apart from that little pink one, but they're basically purple, so you're stuck with that. You can't really create anything else along the way. So to me that was a bit of a for an eyeshadow palette that's got 18 shadows. It's a bit of a And then on top of that, the eyeshadow palette is called Showstopper. I'm sorry, but there is nothing show-stopping about this palette at all. Nothing, nada, zero, rien du tout, rien. Honestly, there really is nothing that you would look at and think, oh, this is show-stopping. And it's not unique. If you have bought either, I think memory serves me right, either the Forever Flawless Constellation palette or Forever Flawless Utopia palette, they are so similar to this one that there's just no reason for you to buy this one at all. So many similar shades in there, you will need to bypass this one. Save your £10 for next time when Makeup Revolution comes up with other products, and you can go and spend your coin. Otherwise, there's just no point. Now, if you want to collect, just collect the eyeshadow palette. You got £10, you just want to spend it, you want to support the brand, and you want to go and spend money, do you. However, if you were thinking, should I bother buying this, then I'll say no, don't bother. Save your £10 for next time for something else. As always, I'll give you guys my honest opinion, and it is my opinion. You can ignore it, you can take it, or whatever else you want to do in between. I don't know what that would be, but I don't know what that would be. So that's it. If you have found this video useful, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I would appreciate you pressing the bell button, because it is very important. Otherwise you don't know when I actually upload, and you don't get notification. But other than that, I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video, and stay safe and be happy, and let me know your thoughts about this look, and also what you think about this palette, and what your thoughts are, what you're going to do. You're going to buy it, you're going to bypass, or what? Yeah, or what? Exactly. Thank you for watching, people. Bye bye. See ya.